All right, let's start with the very first shot of the trailer, and it is pretty much surprising one for me because Daemon is locked in combat with somebody who seems to be an ordinary person. I mean, not person, ordinary troop. Now, if you are talking about the books, this immediately raises some questions because Daemon isn't actually known for fighting personally during Dance of the Dragons. He's a bit hands-on person, we know, but during Dance of the Dragons, he's actually wandering around maiden pool with this girl Nettles. So Nettles is missing. So I think Daemon is here doing some action. One thing is clear that the show seems determined to give Damon more action, very much action heavy scenes, and it does make sense because people do expect him to do these war crimes. So, yeah, here is Damon doing the war crime stuff. Hey, editing me here. Actually, my channel was demonetized for past 5 months now, and I rage deleted all my videos, so I have to redo the 4,000 watch time again. So I hope you enjoy this video and watch it till the end. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video.
These are turbulent times.
So the next shot is really cool because this dragon is sheep stealer, and we can see it with these spikes and ragged features alongside his wings. So it is a sheep stealer. So what is cool about this scene is he does seem to have a rider, and we know pretty much know that that's Rhaenyra. Nettles is not coming back. She was not there in the first place, so there's no, she can't come back if she's not there in the first place.
These are turbulent times.
So this is from Battle of the Gullet, which is shaping up to be the biggest dragon battle we have ever seen in the books as well as in this series. Now the dragons have participated in naval battles before. During the reign of King Jaehaerys, there was a battle where Caraxes, Vermithor, and Vhagar fought together. They were deployed together. So but this battle is on a different scale because we are probably talking about multiple dragons taking to the skies at the same time. We have Vermax, Vermithor, Silverwing, Moondancer, and now Sheepstealer all involved in one fight from one side. So this is going to be very big scaled battle, and we are going to see it in the first episode. So yeah, it is going to be very fun. Now, what's interesting about this particular shot of Sheep Stealer is he is appears to be taking a hit, and if we look closely, it seems like there's a rider on the back, and obviously this is Rhaenyra. So, yeah, if that's the case, she would still be very new dragon rider, and controlling a wild dragon like Sheep Stealer is not exactly easy for a beginner person, who for a very newbie rider. So yeah, to me it's almost Sheep Stealer getting irritated because he's very difficult to handle. He never had a rider before, so this is what is happening here. And the good news for Sheep Stealer is he's pretty large, rugged dragon, so a single blast or attack isn't likely going to bring him down. So yeah, he's just getting a bit irritated here. But this is Sheep Stealer, and this is Rhaenyra on Sheep Stealer trying to control a wild dragon who is pretty big. Now this next shot appears to be the aftermath of Battle of the Gullet, and it does seem to be very devastating. We see burning ships, wreckage scattered all around the water, and dragons flying overhead. Without getting into spoilers, it's clearly one of the biggest battles of this season, and it is going to leave a huge mark on the war. What's really interesting though is what this trailer cuts to immediately afterwards. We see Alicent warning Aemond that Rhaenyra is coming. That is huge. That is different. Now this is where things starts to diverge from the books a bit, because in Fire and Blood, Aemon doesn't receive some last minute warning to flee King's Landing. Instead, he and Kristen Cole deliberately march out with their armies. Their objective was strategic. They wanted to retake Harrenhal and prevent the river lords and the northern armies to join forces and march towards King's Landing. So in the source material, this is more of an offensive thing. that he goes out, it's not a retreat. So, but in the trailer, it seems like to be framed a bit differently because it makes it look like Aemond is abandoning King's Landing as Rhaenyra approaches. He's retreating, and of course, a trailer can be very misleading, so we should be careful about jumping to conclusions. But I think this is what it is. Also, it is very interesting for Aemond's character here because we have already seen the moments in season 2 where Aemond is actually retreating with Vhagar. He's making a U-turn.
You're no longer safe here.
And now we arrive at the biggest moment of this trailer, the fall of King's Landing. If you want to see what exactly happened there, I've made a detailed video and I'll just pin it down the comments. You can go and check it out to see what happened. I did a complete detailed breakdown there. So this shot is multiple dragons approaching King's Landing. This is Caraxes, Vermithor, Cyrax is obviously present. Silverwing is here, and one dragon is missing. One dragon is missing. You can comment down below who is it. Together, these dragons are especially announcing that Team Black has arrived and they are taking back the city. One detail is missing though. The in this shot, if you see, the naval presence is not there. There has to be a large navy. Colas Valarian's fleet plays a crucial role during cutting off the escape routes and securing the Blackwater Bay. Yet in this particular shot, we don't really see a massive fleet dominating the harbor. That could simply be because HBO is hiding visuals for later episodes, maybe, or perhaps they're focusing on the trailer entirely on the dragon aspect of this particular conquest. Either way, dragons are doing much of the talk here. So yeah, this is what is happening, and there's incredible shot of Rhaenyra and Cyrax landing inside the Red Keep's courtyard. This was one of the moments in the books which I was waiting, and I was literally waiting to see on screen. After everything that happens, after all the losses, betrayals, battles, this is the moment where the balance of the power finally shifts in favor of the queen.
Their defeat is written.
Next up, we see this gorgeous shot of Tasarion, the Blue Queen, and honestly, she looks absolutely stunning. The book readers have been waiting a long time to see Tasarion brought to life because she's one of the legendary dragons. She's very tiny, yet she's one of the legendary dragons of House of the Dragon. Just don't go with the size. Though she does seems like Vermax being the baby Womax, not this Womax, baby Womax being remodeled in blue color. So yeah. Now here is something interesting. Where is Daemon? We already know he's not very hands-on during Dance of the Dragon, so we don't know. We don't know about this, but Caraxes look handsome here. The murder noodle. Now we are seeing Aemond Hightower. We have seen Tasarion. We have heard Daemon. We've seen Daemon, and yet somehow HBO has managed to keep Daemon completely hidden. Daeron completely hidden. He is not even the trailer. He barely featured in the promotional material, and the show is basically being very secretive towards him, considering how important he is. Because during the war, he is very important. So it does seems very deliberate choice. And now this is one of the coldest shot of this entire trailer. Inside Maegor's holdfast, we see greens being cut down while Rhaenyra is simply standing there and watching. No panic, no hesitation, just complete control of the situation. This visual is clearly meant to show that the power dynamics in King's Landing is completely changed. This is also very fascinating detail here is if you look closely, Rhaenyra appears to be carrying a sword. Those blades are incredibly rare and usually well documented, so this could be just a normal sword, not a Valyrian steel sword, but she's a queen. Why will she have a normal sword? Still, the fact that Rhaenyra is carrying a sword feels little intentional. This could simply be visual way of showing that she's no longer the princess fighting for her claim. She's the queen. She has taken the kingdom, and this is a small detail, but this immediately caught my attention.
Without further bloodshed.
Now, this is the shot of the dragon seeds, and if you're wondering what's going on with the gold cloaks here, why they seem to be changing sides, because they are supposed to be fighting for Aegon, the other gold cloaks. I actually covered this detail in my Fall of the King's Landing video, so you can go and check it out. I'll just put the link in the pinned comment. Now, back to the shot. What caught my eye in this shot is Hugh Hammer. His armor is looking so good, very good, very good. It's standing out. He's dressed like a man. He's not a random blacksmith. He's now a dragon rider. He's a big figure, and there is a certain confidence in the way he's presenting here. He's almost looks like a man who believes that he is destined for something great. He's giving this trade union person vibe. I heard David Lightbringer bring it up, and I just can't unsee this now. His does looks like that. So yeah, this is it, and we get a shot of Ulf the White, Adam Valarian, Sir Adam Valarian here. And if we look closely to the details, the green banners are being torn down. The furnishing, just look at the background. The furnishings are scattered everywhere. Curtains are outside the chairs, the decorations, the pillows. The whole palace looks like it's in the middle of moving. The power transition. This is replacing the regime with another regime. The Greens have lost the King's Landing. The city is literally being redecorated in real time. Every banner being removed and every symbol being stripped away. So yeah, this is what is happening. This is a small sequence, but there's a lot of storytelling packed in here. Now we get to this next shot of the queen. She's saying something, so we are not going to focus on it very much because it's just 40 minutes into the trailer. We are somewhere around 15 minutes in the video, so we have to stop over analyzing stuff every council meeting. This video is going to be longer than the actual seasons. Moving on. The next shot gives us a really nice shot of sea smoke in flight with Caraxes and this other dragon. What is this dragon is called? Silverwing. Yeah, they are moving towards the Blackwater Bay. So I think this is the siege thing. What is in my hand? This is the ink. Sorry.
Any dragons?
So the trailer cuts to this group of small folk staring up, being scared, and I think of the dragons. Now, I think this is not King's Landing. I think this is Tumbleton, and I'll get to it. This is why I think that this is Tumbleton. This person is Hugh Hammer's wife, and if you remember, she was moving to Tumbleton, so she is in Tumbleton, and flying over her is none other than Vermithor, the second largest dragon in this world. And honestly, what makes this shot interesting is not the dragon, it's Hugh Hammer, because think from the wife's perspective. A few months ago, this guy was by her side. He was a blacksmith struggling to survive. Now he's riding this big dragon.
But her subjects do not feel safe, nor should they.
Now we cut to the scene of Corlys Velaryon, where he's talking to Daemon. He is not wearing any armor, so that detail is interesting because he's dealing with the aftermath of this Battle of the Gullet. Because in that battle, the Spice Town was sacked. This was sort of the economic hub of Corlys's stronghold. So yeah, he's dealing with that damage. Now the next shot is of Vhagar, and it's absolutely torching Harrenhal. Now there is a little bit confusion in the books. Harrenhal eventually becomes the key base of operation for Aemond. So burning the place to the ground before you're even settled is and not making any practical military or strategically strength. What am I even saying? sense. Sorry, I'm not cutting this video. I'm too tired. The real star of the shot is Aemond. The armor looks fascinating. This helmet design covering one side of his face, and then there is no eye patch here. Cool stuff going on. Cool stuff going on. Now this next scene is Alicent is having conversation with Rhaenyra. It never happened in the book, so we are going to ignore this one for. But we are going to enjoy it in the show. So yeah, it never happened. Then we get a shot of Helena, and wow, she looks absolutely devastated. Every time Helena appears on the screen, you just want to give the poor woman a break. Everyone around her is playing the Game of Thrones, fighting wars, chasing crowns, and making terrible life decisions. This person ends up paying price for all of it.
But the crown is a weight that crushes.
Next up, we see a quick look of Sir Luther Largent. Now, I'm not going to spend much time here on him because I've already made a video about him. Go and check it out. Then we move on to this very interesting shot of Myceria. At first glance, it looks like she is involved in some sort of secret correspondence with the Greens. Why I say this is Greens, because if you see the coloring on the paper, it's green. It does look black, but it is green if you just zoom it in. After that, we go to this gathering of the people. I'm just skipping that high tower army thing because I'll overanalyze stuff and this video is going to be even longer. So now let's just go back to this massive food stuff going on. I read something on X about this, and if that is true, this scene is very, very grim. Hey, editing me here. Actually, I have jumbled some shots from the trailer. I'm so confused about them now. So I'm just putting this video out there because I've been working on this for last 2 days. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm so sorry for this. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get back to the video.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
Now this scene, this Bela scene, it honestly does not make any sense to me because we hear Rhaenyra talking about her enemies gathering their strength, and then this trailer cuts to Bela standing inside Maegor's Holdfast. If you just zoom in into the windows, this is Maegor's Holdfast. That is not the aesthetic of Dragonstone. Now, she was left on Dragonstone with Moondancer, and she played a very important role there. In fact, the entire point of this thing was that she will eventually almost kill Sunfire. So, I mean, not literally kill, but injure him so much that he will eventually finally die. So seeing her in King's Landing during this part of the story is pretty major change from the source material. Now maybe the show have altered the storyline. Maybe the trailer is edited differently so that we can be confused, or maybe some context we are missing entirely. And next we get the shot of Gwen Hightower, and judging by the background, this scene appears to be taking place inside the Red Keep. Now this isn't particularly surprising if the show is following the broad stroke of the books. Gwen is one of the Greens who is actually executed as soon as Rhaenyra took back King's Landing. So it pretty much lines up with the source material.
And we raise our own throne.
Then we get this series, the quick shots of some battle of the Gullet, the Sharako Loha. Hey, editing me here. I forgot to mention about Black Alley. She will be the wife of Rhaegar Stark. Also, I forgot to mention about Sir Roderick the Ruin. Yeah, that's it. And this bat sequence, I'm pretty sure that this is Harrenhal, and it is Daemon. He's Aemond who's stripping his balls there, just like Daemon did in season 2. And again, it's just speculation, but the vibe is definitely there.
So far, and yet you still don't know.
Then we get the shot of Crispy Cole, and honestly, he is looking absolutely terrified. Now, I could be completely wrong here, but my first thought was the picture spoil. What's interesting here is Christian Cole acting confident in order to, look like he's in control, but he's not. He's genuinely afraid.
Have you not betrayed your queen?
And next, we see Rhaenyra absolutely losing her composure. She's accusing people of betraying the queen. Tensions are rising. And honestly, this feels like the point where the pressure of ruling King's Landing is finally start breaking her. And up until now, the war has mostly been about winning the throne. But once you actually have the throne, you have to govern, you have to lead, you have to deal with the shortages, you have to manage the rival faction. And this is your Rhaenyra started losing her shit, and the paranoia, the disgust, the constant bad news, um, it's just piling up. And whether it's betrayal or political failure or simply the impossible situation she finds herself in, it feels like she is watching the beginning of the vast dark chapter of her life. That And after that, we get the shot of Battle of the Gullet, and we again see Sheep Stealer. I'm not sure why we are getting the scenes of Sheep Stealer again and again. uh, Maybe he have a role here, they are making some sort of changes in his role. And then we move to this mysterious sequence of a dragon egg. This is Alice Rivers, and this person is, I'm pretty much sure this is Aemond, because of the sword hilt. We can see black fire there. That is a black fire sword, and I think he's having some sort of a vision here. The dream sequence. And then the most exciting scene here is Aegon seeing somewhere up there. I think this is the scene where Aegon is finally reuniting with Sunfire. So yeah, Sunfire is alive. We're going to see it again. So let's just see. It's half an hour and we're still not done decoding it. The trailer, man. Now we see this hooded figure emerging out of a cave, and we can see this dragon fire illuminating in the background. And this is Aegon, and this is Sunfire. This is a confirmation. Sunfire is alive, and they are going to play a very important role here. So they are actually hiding in Dragonstone until Sir Alfred Broom eventually gave them a pass inside the castle of Dragonstone. So they are there. This is Sunfire, definitely Sunfire. And after that, we get what is probably one of the emotional shots of this entire trailer. Wormax alongside with Prince Jacaerys. By that point, Wormax have grown considerably compared to what we saw in the earlier season. And the saddest thing is, this might be the last few scenes of Jace. I mean, last few shots of Jace, and it does carry a lot of emotional weight. And finally, the trailer closes with another conversation between Alicent and Rhaenyra. Once again, never happened in the books. In Fire and Blood, the two simply don't have these dramatic face-to-face exchanges at that point of the story. And that was the trailer. And honestly, guys, we are so back. Dragons everywhere, massive dragons, armies, Battle of the Gullet, Tessarion, Harrenhal burning, the dragon seeds, maybe Aemon tripping his balls, and pretty much the whole trailer is exceptional. I loved it. What do you guys think about it? Do let me know in the comments. What was your favorite part? And until then, thank you for watching. Do like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon for the next videos. Until then, what is written here? Fire will reign. I have a poster.